Where did your football journey first begin? Just tell us how it all started for you.
I started a local team by me called Kellen Fisher, which was just like a local team from where I was living at the time. And I think it was coached by my dad. Many of my teams in my Sunday League career was coached by my dad. So it was him who got me into the football.
Because you sort of were raised in Bexley, weren't you? That's where you sort of brought up?
Yeah, around Bexley, Kent. So just that was my local team at the time, and my dad has got me into it and just loved it since.
And you progressed to Bromley, so how did that come about?
It's just when I was leaving school, I was obviously thinking what I wanted to do, and obviously football was my main priority, and I wanted to do something with education and football and mixing it two together. So again, it was my dad who said to go Bromley, and so I did, and I enjoyed it when I was there. Yeah.
Now, I understand back then you were actually a striker, or you played in a number of sort of forward positions. Just tell us a little bit about all the positions you played, and didn't you scored quite a few goals as well?
Yeah, I started off as a striker, and it's like a little nippy striker. We just used to be around the box scoring goals, and then throughout the years it would just change. I'd go to centre mid, winger, and then obviously now a right back. But again, it was my dad who wanted me to play striker, and then slowly started going around the positions, and then here I am today playing right back. So yeah.
So who were the sort of players that you were looking up to back then? I'm assuming it would have been strikers.
Yeah. So it was Dennis Bergkamp and Thierry Henry. As my dad being an Arsenal fan, he used to have like a little CD of like 100 club goals of Thierry Henry and Dennis Bergkamp, and they were the two players that I'd look up to when I was younger. Yeah.
Now, I understand Steve Harris, was it, your coach at Bromley? He just saw something in you that he thought you'd be a good fullback. Mm-hmm. And apparently you gave him a bit of a funny look at the time. What are you talking about? Just tell us about the story about that.
Yeah, so I was playing as a winger for the 21s, and just randomly one game he said, I want you to play right back. And obviously that was very new to me, obviously being more of an attacker. And I think before that I was a centre mid as well, but being a right back was just very new to me, and I said I would do it, but I thought it would be a short-term thing. And I think I did play that position a couple of times, and then went back to winger. And then in the off-season, he said to me, "This is your position now. You're not changing." So I think I just had to work on my craft and just keep going towards that aim of just being a secure right back, and I think I've done that.
Yeah, and you ended up progressing into the first team. You made your debut against a club very dear to my heart, by the way, Dover Athletic, because I'm actually from down that way. That's my club. So you made your debut at Crabble. Yeah. You had to go up the slope onto the pitch. Tell us about your recollection of that. And obviously you won 1-0, so it was a good day at the office for you.
Yeah, I think it was the FA Trophy game, and a lot of first team players was, I think, injured or ill. So we had a few players out, and we had a really young team at the day, mixed with a couple of first team players. And I remember at the time I was on trial at a club, and they called me back early saying they wanted me to play in this game. So obviously I was really excited to play for that, and then on the day getting a 1-0 win, and it was a really good day. Yeah,
because you went on loan, didn't you, to Welling as well. You must have gathered quite. Was that National League South? Was it? And what sort of experience did you pick up there? That's obviously a good learning ground.
Yeah, it was a different experience from Bromley. Just meeting new players, and I think get you out your comfort zone a bit. Just being away from what you knew, and mixed with new players, new coaches. So I learned quite a lot of things from there. Yeah.
How did you find the whole non-league experience? Because actually you've come from a different sort of background. By the way, some of the England players have come through non-league themselves, haven't they? And so some Premier League players have come through non-league. Just tell us the sort of the pathway, and it's very different, isn't it, to academies?
Yeah, it's really different. I think it's been really good for me getting introduced to men's football really early, because I was training with the first team when I was 16, 17, and was getting all these new experiences with them, and just all these learning experiences. So it's a different route to some people that go through the academies, but I really enjoyed it when I was at Bromley, and just with the people there, that was really good. Yeah.
And of course you won the FA Trophy, so you went to Wembley Stadium and beat Wrexham as well. That was a bit of an upset, that.
Yeah, no, it was a great day for the club, and I think no one really backed us to win it, because it was small little Bromley against Wrexham. So it was a great day for the club.
A good friend of mine, Andy Woodman, manager there, larger than life character. What was it like playing for him?
Yeah, really good. He's a really good coach and really good man manager. He would come up to you every day, see if he was all right. And I remember one game that he gave me a bit at half time, and it was the first time he really had a go at me. And then the next day he pulled me in and said, checking if I was all right and stuff. So he was really good when I was at the times that I was there. Yeah.
Yeah, what was it he wasn't happy about on the day?
I think we was winning 1-0, and then half time we conceded 2 late goals in the stoppage time, and he just said I wasn't being aggressive enough because I'm quite an aggressive player, and he was saying I'm playing like a little boy, which at the time I was a little boy, but I see what he meant.
Yeah, that's good man management, isn't it? The fact that he pulled you aside the next day.
Yeah. No, he just checked if I was alright, because that was the first time he really had a pop at me, and which of course I was alright. But yeah, he did take the time to check on me, see if I was.
Obviously, you came to Norwich. There was a few clubs after you at the time. So just tell us how that move came about, and obviously the whole speculation and interest in you leading up to that as well.
Yeah, so I knew about it sort of late towards the end of the season. My agent told me about what clubs were involved looking at me, and Norwich was one of the first clubs. And I remember I was on holiday and just got a phone call from my agent saying it's progressing. So that was really positive, and obviously I was away from home, so I was a bit anxious about what was going to happen. And then sort of come back, and he said it's nearly done. So I come to the training ground, had a look and stuff, and as soon as I got it, I knew straight away this was the club for me. And so yeah.
Because initially you were signed as an under-21, but you ended up getting elevated into the first team. You made your debut against QPR, and what a debut! You set up a 90th minute winner for Jonathan Rowe, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was a really good day, getting my first start, and especially against a local club near me, QPR. Yeah, as you said, getting an assist for the late goal and going through to the next stage.
Yeah. Now, how have you settled in at Norwich generally? And what's the jump been like from National League to the Championship? Because that's quite a jump.
Yeah, to be fair, it was really tough at the start. As you said, I was meant to go to the 21s and got introduced to the first team really early. So it took me quite a while to adapt. I think it took me like 3 to 6 months to just get used to the training and everything like that. But everyone at the club made me feel welcomed and made me settle in really easily, even though I was struggling on the side of adapting to this new level and standard of football. They made me feel at home straight away.
Yeah. Now the Middlesbrough game that you just had, what a grandstand finish, by the way, unreal. And of course, you were sort of denied a goal there, although I know you didn't mean it, the cross, but it went in, and obviously the goalkeeper, he's had to deal with it, and it has touched him and gone in. But of course, I always find it's harsh because if someone has a shot from outside the box and he fingertips it in, it's a goal for the striker. Yeah,
in the moment I thought it was a goal, and I've looked back and I thought, yeah, this might get taken away from me. But yeah, I just opened up my body and sort of, I wouldn't say shanked the cross, but I've tried to play it across the front zone, and it's just gone a bit to the right where I expected, and it's nearly gone in the goal, and he's obviously saved it and kicked it into his own net, and when that went in, the whole place erupted, and it was a really good moment for me.
Of course, you played for 2 different managers here, so you've got a new manager now. First of all, what's it been like working with him?
Yeah, really good. I've enjoyed it. There's a new way of training compared to David Wagner, just keeping standards high and stuff like that, and it was little things he would tell you in training to get better at, and he would consistently tell you to get better at it, and it would always be in your ear saying to improve on these things, and he's really helped me these short period of time to make me a better player. Yeah, and he seems to have got a good reaction from the group, doesn't he? Yeah. I think everyone here strived under the new manager. As I said again, keeping the standards high and reminding us every day to be consistent. And I think we had a meeting the other day about. He got me up in the meeting to draw an elephant, saying, how good are you drawing an elephant? And I said, well, not very good because I don't really practice it. But he said, if you practice this every day, how good would your elephant be? And I said, well, pretty good. So he's just saying every day we've got to keep working hard and consistently. And in 6 months' time, your elephant will be perfect. So he's comparing that to training every day, saying that we've got to keep our standards high and consistently train well. So one day we're going to see a great piece of art, are we, on the wall you with a nice big elephant? Well, yeah, if I keep practicing it, it might be a bit better than what I drew because it wasn't very good. Yeah. Does that make you think a lot? I mean, that's obviously teaching you something that's simplistic and adapting it, applying it to football. Yeah, of course. It's the way he explains things. It's quite eye-opening, to be fair. Just going up and drawing an elephant on the board, comparing that to football. I wouldn't really think of anything like that. So yeah, it's an eye opener. Yeah.
Yeah, and of course you've had to adapt to a new style of management. David Wagner, obviously, he's had a lot of success. What was it like working for him?
Yeah, it was good working with David. He obviously gave me my debut and stuff like that, which I thank him for that. And yeah, he was the same. He was a good, made everyone train well and stuff like that. And yeah, no, I enjoyed it under David. Yeah.
Now the boy's Saints up front, he just keeps scoring, doesn't he? Absolutely brilliant at the moment. Just tell us, I mean, having been an ex-striker yourself, you appreciate some of his finishing skills.
Yeah, he's brilliant to be fair, and I think we all see it in training every day. Some of the goals he scores, and it's great to see that he's bringing it onto a Saturday, playing so well. And when he's confident like that, I don't think anyone will stop in the league.
His early days is like a form table at the moment, but how do you feel you are in terms of progression this season, and what are the sort of expectations around the club?
Yeah, I think we're ahead where everyone thought we would be. As I think everyone knows, this is going to be a project, and we've got a young team, and I think we've shown great signs early on. I think we've scored the most goals in the league, which just shows the type of football we are playing, and we are playing very exciting football, and we're only going to get better.
Yeah, I mean, now you've had a taste, obviously you're early in your career at the moment, but now you've got the taste of the Championship, which is a very high level. That must make you hungry to sort of kick on.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's most important for me to stay in the team and try and get as many games under my belt. And yeah, I just want to keep playing football because that's when I'm at my happiest.
Yeah, I mean, Premier League must be sort of the dream, I suppose.
I never really set targets, to be fair. I don't really aim from where I just want to play at the highest level I possibly can. So I just want to keep playing, yeah.
So, and of course, when you first came to the club, you met the legendary Delia Smith. She's been an absolutely wonderful servant to Norwich City Football Club. But she gave you a very warm welcome, which she does apparently to a lot of the players. Just tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, she's been brilliant for the club, and she invited me and my family for a meal before one of the games just to get to know us, asking where I've been and stuff like that. So she's very welcoming for everyone at the club. So yeah, she's really good.
Maybe she can give you some cooking tips.
Yeah, she did give me a cooking book and she signed it, which I gave to her mum because she was a bit of a fan of hers. So yeah, it was really nice.